Washington, you guys are naughty.
These are upside
President of
down.
the
Look,
United
while I'm doing this,
Association.
Willie, I'm not actually speaking.
Mark McManus joins us. Hi, Mark.
Hey,
and
how are you?
General President of the Laborers International Union of North America, Terry O'Sullivan. Terry, good to have you on as well.
So, guys, speaking of primetime cable news, I don't usually have time to watch, but I did last night, and I saw you guys on Hardball. I almost fell out of my chair because I turned it on, and you guys are basically saying Trump's a builder. We're a builder.
And here we are sitting in the Oval Office.
And we're encouraged by what we're hearing this guy say. We've been talking all morning about this U.S. Steel deal with the pipeline. I think that's something that connects with Middle America in a big, big way.
Mark?
I absolutely think it connects with Middle America. It's long overdue. The president gave the right message to Brother Terry, myself, my members, his members, and more importantly, the working folks of America. On first Monday, brought us in, and he said, I'm comfortable here. I'm with builders, and I'm a builder, and we're going to get America off to the races. And that was a fantastic thing for the president, and that was a first step. But, you know, clearly the second step was the second day. He followed up right behind it with the executive orders and the steel and the pipe being made in America, and I think we're off to the races. And this is a real good first couple steps for the working men and women of America here.
Terry, let me ask you what your impression was.
Well, it was a great meeting, Joe. I mean, let's face it. On Friday, the president gets inaugurated. On Monday, he invites Mark, myself, and some other building trades leaders to the White House. He spent an hour and a half with us, took us into the Oval Office. We had a substantive conversation about infrastructure, about energy policy, about specific projects like Keystone Pipeline, Dakota Access Pipeline. And what we really talked about is how do we create middle-class, blue-collar, good jobs. And that was the premise of the conversation in the meeting. We were extremely encouraged. And the 5 executive orders, Joe, that came out yesterday, I think were a reflection of that meeting. I mean, less than 24 hours after we had the meeting, 5 executive orders that are going to put tens of thousands of construction workers to work on the energy sector. I mean, Dakota Access Pipeline, for example, there was 4,500 building trades, men and women on that job, 1,100 of them being laborers. These are good middle-class jobs, and we were extremely encouraged by the executive orders and the respect that was shown to our organizations and to our members at that meeting.
You know, so you guys, it's fascinating. I tell this story to Republicans, and I have for some time, but back in '96, AFL-CIO spent like $100 million against Republican freshmen, and so there was this war back and forth, and I would go out on the campaign trail. It was my first re-election to go, union boss is this, union boss is that. A guy comes to fix my phone, and he finishes, and I thank him, say thank you so much. And as I'm going out, he grabs me by the arm. He goes, Congressman, we love you. Shut your mouth. And I have shut my mouth since 1996 because there's this great and he said, we're all voting for you. Shut up. I've always found it fascinating that a lot of union members, rank and file, supported Republican candidates, and yet Republican leaders we're always blind to that fact, and there's been this state of perpetual war between two sides where there shouldn't be a political war. Yesterday and the day before, it seems that's changed a bit.
Well, if I may, Joe, I think, you know, if you separate the trades unions, the private and public sector unions, we're private sector unions. We represent a whole bunch of middle of the road folks, some conservative folks, church going folks, fishermen, the Little League and hockey coaches is what we do. We take care of our own pensions. We train $250 million in training, just the plumbers and pipe fitters without any government subsidies. So the folks we represent is right down the middle. We're looking for folks right down the middle that want to build the country. It doesn't matter if they're Republican, Democrat, or you know, Donnie Deutsch party. We don't care. We do not care.
Terry, you agree with that? I take it.
And Joe, to that point, look at, you know, our members are about, our organization is about good middle-class jobs. That's not a Democratic issue. That's not a Republican issue, independent issue. That's an American issue. And we've always been bipartisan. We'll work with any side and every side to put our members to work to build our economy and to rebuild our crumbling transportation infrastructure in this country.
All right. Terry O'Sullivan, Mark McManus, thanks so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
We'll
you
talk
for
to you again
having us.
soon. Let's now bring in former Secretary of Labor under